All right, welcome to Weekend Sports Betting Tips. My name is John Santucci. Call me Tooch. Sean and I are here to bring you some football action on Saturday and Sunday.
Love the new intro, by the
way. That's great, isn't it?
Professional.
Very professional. Aldo's great, man. He's really talented at all that video stuff and graphics and all sorts of good stuff. Sean, I want to take a minute first to talk about Tua a little bit. Just real quick, your thoughts.
I said this right after I saw the injury, and not that I'm a Twitter neurologist like the rest of the world. You know, actually, when I'm not a COVID specialist or a geopolitical warfare specialist, I'm a part-time brain surgeon. How do you let this guy? I mean, first of all, he got his bell rung on Sunday. You saw him stumble like a fool. All right, whatever. I mean, after that hit, I said, there's no way this guy comes back this year. People are like, he'll be back in 2 weeks. Are you kidding me? No way. The fallout from this, I mean, it's kind of quiet now. Like, nobody's really talking about it. But on Monday, after all the other games are going, they're going to start talking about it. And I can't see him coming back. And honestly, I think that's probably a 50-50 career ender. If they're talking about what that was with like the process in his fingers, whatever, I don't know. And I'm all for guys gamers, right? Nobody wants to quit. They just want to keep playing and playing and playing. This guy's got a couple million guaranteed. Maybe think of something out. Maybe being a coach or something. I mean, listen, is he going to retire? Probably not. But are they going to sign him to after this contract? No way. Who's signing him to a contract?
Yeah,
he's literally. I mean, you get a concussion and something like that. Again, I'm not a doctor. You just hear what people say and you see the crazy fingers and stuff like that. Obviously, it's some kind of brain injury, right? Right? I don't know. Again, I'm not. How the heck are they going to wheel him out there to play? Forget this year. I mean, people are like, he'll be back in 3 weeks. You are out of your mind. First of all, you're paying Bridgewater $5 million. You're paying him more than $2 anyway. And Bridgewater's a capable NFL quarterback. I love him as a dog. Like, listen, I got the Jets +6 this week. I can't take him as a favorite, but he's a servable quarterback. He's good. He puts up numbers. He doesn't get the proverbial game manager. But Tua, I can't see him coming out this year. I mean, he could just black out driving home and crash his car and die from have a seizure or a stroke or whatever. With that, scary stuff. Listen, I'm a football guy. I get it, but not now. I think you got way too much light on you, especially when like, oh no, he said it was his back injury. Back injury. All right, we'll see what kind of. I mean, these doctors. I mean, let's be honest. They like stamp Tyrod Taylor in the lung.
Right.
Oh yeah,
I remember that.
I mean, like. What the heck's going on here? He shouldn't play this year. No way he should be playing.
Totally agree. And the long-term effects, like when he's my age, 54, I can't imagine, what's going to happen to the poor guy.
And they sent him. So I said this yesterday on, it was Friday. The days all go together, too. You know that when you're betting games. Like I said, midday money. I'm like, how the heck did they let him get on a plane? Like people are like, you can't cry. It's a trauma center, one of the best in the country. Listen. I said this to a Met fan. I said, I know the Mets, Ryan Church was the guy's name we looked up. I said, I remember the guy had a concussion. The guy's never played baseball again because they put him on a plane after getting his bell rung. I mean, and this guy was crippled on the field. I don't know. Hey, listen, again, folks, I'm not a doctor. I like Taylor Ham. I mean, that's how I roll. It's Saturday. It's Taylor Ham Day.
It's Taylor Ham Day. That's right.
It's it's my official Saturday shirt, Taylor. I make Taylor Ham. We have breakfast. It's fun time. But yeah, I can't see him. If he takes the field, I'd be shocked. And I'll tell you what, it'll be a nice lawsuit down the road when something happens to this guy, whether on the field or off the field.
Yeah, totally agree. And this should serve as a lesson to the NFL going forward. With to just hyper focus more caution on situations like that.
Guys are going to get hurt, and they're going to want to go back in. When you get up and fall down, you can't. What are you doing? How do you let them go back in? This ain't forget about 1979. This ain't 1999. It's not 2009 where guys would come in and play. We got to go in there. No, way too much light on all this stuff. And how isn't he taking? He comes back in my back. I sure as heck didn't see him grab his back. I saw him trying to shake the cobwebs out of his head. Nothing about his back though. He can't play this year. No way. I know. Yeah, like we just saw the comment over there from
Joe Treviso, Barroom guy.
Or Toronto was like he tweeted out. Yeah. He tweeted out like, oh, he wants to play. Yeah. Okay. Good trying to save face for the Miami organization there. Maybe they'll give you some kind of sweet guarantee, but you're in trouble.
Bad news. All right. So what do you say we get into a little college football action for today? We're going to go over to Iowa City.
There's college football today?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. A couple games. 60 games or whatever. Michigan 10.5 at Iowa. You and I got burned on Michigan last time, but when I went back and looked at that game again, Maryland had 3 fourth down conversions. That rarely happens. That kept the score a lot closer than it is. I think Michigan outplayed them in that game. Probably should have covered. It's iffy, but I don't see how Iowa's going to score. It's the worst. It's the second to worst offense in the country, but they're holding teams to about 6 points a game. I'm on Michigan. I'm sorry. I love my Hawkeyes, but I like Michigan to outscore the Hawkeyes in this one. I don't think once Michigan gets ahead, Iowa's not going to be able to keep up.
But is Michigan going to get ahead? That's the thing. Like you look at, and I kind of look at it like I'm going to take the points here with Iowa because it's Michigan. You got a top 5 teams. Like, oh, it's Michigan. Look at this. And everything you said about the Maryland game was right because I had Michigan thinking, all right, you've coasted. You had a nice schedule. You put up a bunch of offense. You have a little the old pep in the step, right? You're feeling good about everything, and then you go play a real team, and all of a sudden you're in a dogfight. And you can't make a stop. And Iowa, as bad as they looked, okay, Rutgers and Nevada, I guess you could put them in the same boat as the Connecticut's and Hawaii's that Michigan had played. But I look at this as a 10.5. Like people are just gonna jump on Michigan. Like how Iowa can only score like 10 points against real teams. How are they gonna score here? How about an underplay here? Well, would you really shocked if this game is 16-10 or 30-0? I mean, if I was gonna play defense, we know they can play defense. So that's not an issue if they're gonna show up. We know they're gonna be like, all right, let's try to grease out. Last year was 42-3, so it barely got over last year. 10-3 the year before, 14-13, 24-21. Look at these scores here.
Yeah, that was a Big Ten championship. They smoked them. And you know what? That was a better Iowa team last year. Yeah. And this year is a better Michigan team than that team. That's why I'm on the Wolverines. I just, Iowa's got a couple injuries. I think that'll be key. They're one of their star linebackers is out. And then their top wide receiver also out. And you know what? Michigan they have better athletes. The key is going to be JJ McCarthy. It's a big game for him. If he wets the bed, Iowa will probably be able to keep it within the 10. But I think Michigan will outscore him. I think you're right though. This game is going to be something like 20-3 or 20-7.
Because short of that last year's game, the 42 points, everything's been kind of close, low scoring. And again, those are better offensive teams with Iowa. So I don't see where they're getting their offense from. And Michigan's going to we'll run the ball. Maybe
I don't see run the ball.
I don't see them throwing a 50 spot up here. And that's what you're going to have to do to get over it because Iowa's going to get 10, maybe?
Maybe. Yeah. I agree. I like the under in this game too. You know how I feel about Iowa unders. That's an automatic bet for me.
Can't go wrong with that, the way they've been playing.
I don't know where our bearded Bears fan is, Aaron Current, but I got Kentucky at Ole Miss, number 18 versus number 11. This will be a great game. I'm on Kentucky. I got this at +7. Now it's down to +6.5. I like that. I think Kentucky's got better athletes. They get their running back for this game. Give me the points.
Yeah, I grabbed the points early. Again, 6.5, 7, bouncing around the whole time.
That was the Iowa game comment.
Oh, the ugly. Oh yeah,
Anthony will be with us next week.
Yeah, how is Anthony? Yeah, well, thank goodness he didn't get hammered too big with the hurricane down there, so he's all right.
Yeah,
but how is Kentucky ranked in the top 10? That's the crazy part.
their defense is legit.
That's again, yes. And I was going to bring it up against the Gators. I was like, you know what? I was on the Gators thinking, you know what? Gators double revenge. They showed some heart there, beating Utah. Good, they made the defense. Like we talk about teams.
Yeah.
Oh, they blew a cover. Well, that team made the stop when they had to. Big stop in the end zone interception. But Kentucky, looking at double revenge, going into the swamp. No running back. Rodriguez obviously back now.
Yeah.
And Will Levi's been pretty solid. How about taking a little flyer on him? I like Hooker over here in the SEC too, but Levi's a guy you might want to look at for a little Heisman action. If he's on a team that kind of puts together a couple wins and puts up some numbers, you get a little invite. You never know. He's got numbers. He's got 1,000-yard passing in these 3 games and not much running. They haven't run anything like who's that? Kavasier Smoke was their primary guy with Rodriguez out, but that guy's a 1,000-yard rusher.
Yeah,
he's back. The offensive line should be good. Ole Miss is a running team. This isn't sexy Lane Kiffin airing it out. This is a grind out team.
Yeah,
why not take the points here? It's again when I see the lower versus higher, I kind of want to go obviously take Ole Miss here. Like wow, they're ranked lower, but the perception is Ole Miss is the better program, right? It's like Lane Kiffin, it's Ole Miss, like Kentucky. Like I didn't even know they were ranked number 8. I thought they were like in the teens or something. I had to do the double check. I thought it was 18 versus 11. Because I remember when they played Florida came out of being like unranked to like number 11, and Kentucky was ranked like 25 to start the year or something. So, yeah, I still like Kentucky though. I mean, I can't believe they're ranked 8th. News to me. Again, folks, don't worry about those numbers in front of things because those are pollsters. Those aren't odds makers.
Yep,
that's pollsters. Just the guys like, oh, I kind of like this. Odds makers.
Newspaper reporters.
The odds guys kind of know a little bit. But that being said, I'm going to take the points.
They do too. I think it'll be a close game. You want the points. And then let's head over to Arkansas, where number 2 team Alabama's going to Arkansas, number 19 Arkansas. And Arkansas getting 17.5, man. I like Arkansas plus the points here. Alabama's, they're a great team. On the road, man, it's a different team, bad. Sean. That's a lot of points to cover. I also like the over in this game. Where are you leaning?
Yeah, I actually took Alabama at 15 when it opened. Now, we're going to talk about these games here on the road, right? 24-22 at Auburn, overtime. They lose to A&M. They 31-29 over Florida last year. This year we saw them in Texas not do good. But that being said, Arkansas comes in. Now, you have A&M on deck, too, for Alabama. So you're thinking, oh, here we go. We have a little look-ahead spot. But I'm not sure about that. Arkansas is off a tough loss. They actually just lost to your A&M team, right? So they're going to be kind of flat. Maybe they're a little winded from that one. And you look at these past scores between these two teams. I mean, last year was, 42-35? You're thinking Arkansas's got a shot, right? Because that game was in Alabama. Yep. And now these other scores, I mean, you're talking 42-3, 56. I mean, these are just absolute blowouts. I mean, 52-3, 48-7, 65-31, 41-9. And Alabama's pretty much always the same kind of team, right? I mean, those scores are what they are. So last year, I think, is the outlier kind of spot. And again, the road spot, I don't know. This is kind of like a gut play based on how they've played in the past and Arkansas being flat off of that game. Listen, you don't have to play it, folks. Right. Just because it's there, be like, oh, it's on TV. It's a big game.
Yeah, there's better games out there.
There's a whole lot of games. I bet a lot of games. I got 15 games I bet that. I understand you want to bet. And this was one of them I threw it on. Because I got a 15. You know what? Maybe they win by 15. It's 15's not 17. You're thinking I got to win by 20 points. Because you need a bigger window there. So let's try to find a good number.
The thing for me is it's not the same Alabama team as last year. The good wide receivers are gone. These wide receivers are averaging, less than 2 yards per route run. You don't have Jamison Williams there anymore. Bryce Young has obviously had some trouble with the passing game. Alabama, they haven't run the ball great either. Anthony's got a message for you. You
have to bet it. Yes. It's a TV game. Let's get down on it.
Right. I
just love when people come in and they're like asking about like, what do you think about Villanova versus how are you coming in betting 1,000 game? I mean, not mocking the smaller schools. You can make money on, but I mean, folks, what do you know about that school? Do you know somebody who goes there? I mean, there's so many games.
Yeah. A lot of games. We're going to give out some free picks. I'm really interested in this game. Wake Forest, number 21 team, going to number 20 team, the Seminoles. Got an over/under really high, expecting a lot of scoring. Both these teams can
Yeah.
score, Sean. The thing is that one team's a little better defense than the other. Everybody can score on Wake Forest.
Yes.
Sam Hartman is a good quarterback and stuff, but Jordan Thomas, is that his name? Jordan Thomas. I think Jaden Thomas on Florida State. That
I
kid's
don't
having
even
a
know
really
their
good year.
names. Yeah.
And they can run the ball too.
They got
like
3
the
good running
Seminoles.
backs.
Yeah, they got 3 good running backs. I mean, look, both these teams are going to pass all over each other. Florida State's got a wide receiver that's 6'7".
I saw him against the Louisville game. I was like,
cover.
"What the heck is this guy?" He was like a man play. It was like a high school kid playing with like elementary school guys. I'm like, "Look at this giant out here!" I'm like, "Oh my god!"
I think his name's Joe Williams or something.
Yeah, he was at where was that USC before, or Utah? He was at somewhere. He was in the Pac-12, I think, somewhere. Maybe Arizona State. I think he was somewhere in the Pac-12.
Right. And I like the over in this game. I know it's a lot of points, but this is like a 42-35 game, something like that. 45,
and I said,
38.
beginning of season, Norville was going to be on a little hot seat here with this squad, and he's responded pretty well. And when I saw this first line come out, I saw 4.5. I'm like, 4.5. You got to take Wake Forest. I'm thinking, do you take Wake? And this was before the Clemson game was over, so I'm like, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to grab Florida State here. I said, I'm probably getting a bad number because I'm thinking it's going to come down. People are going to bet Wake Forest.
I wish I had 4.5.
And this was 4. It went to 7.5. I'm like, what is going on? And like, what am I missing? I was like, did the quarterback from Wake, did he get hurt in the Clemson game? Like, because beginning of the year was like, oh, they got no quarterback. He's out for a little bit, and he came back early. I'm thinking, oh boy, what happened here? But
so
I guess it's all about the defense there because Florida State's going to probably run the ball.
Yep.
Right. And they
Wake Forest can't run the ball.
Stop. I mean, Clemson, and I've been bad-mouthing Clemson all year. I'm like, the quarterback threw 9 touchdowns last year. You got guys throw 5 in a game. This guy threw 9 over the entire season. And yet they dropped a 50 spot last week. So I know Clemson may be back. I was down on them. I'm like, oh, you know, maybe
defense
the offense
is legit.
Defense is good. Yeah. But this Wake team could score, as you said, but they can't stop. So I'm with you.
They can't run the ball either. Wake Forest cannot run the ball. They're averaging like 2.8 yards per carry.
You fall in love with the pass, right? You fall in love like, oh, this guy was really good. He's a Heisman kind of guy. Maybe you're going to the ACC championship game. So you're going to just get away from stuff that, basic kind of football. You can't just go out there and throw the ball 3 times.
And this is a classic letdown spot for Wake Forest. They're coming off that
huge
heartbreaking loss
Yeah.
against Clemson.
Yeah.
To me, I'm all over the Seminoles. I think you got a great number. I wish I had 4.5. I got 6.5.
It came out. I'm like 4.5. I said, and I initially clicked Wake Forest. I'm thinking this line's going to come down like a pickup. Nobody's going to bet Florida State. And I'm like, you know what? I said, this isn't right here. No. I said, I got to go. This was one where I just went opposite my thinking, if I get it, I get it. And I didn't even put. I was like a $1.50. I didn't put a lot on. I'm like, I'm just going to do this just for, poops and giggles. Let me just see what happens. I don't even know what to think here. And then 4 hours later, I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. But you can't get, you bet early numbers. It's not like you can move, thousands of $1,000 anyway. They're smaller bets, but I'll take it.
So if we're moving to the NFL, you're a long-time Jersey guy. Your Giants got hosting my Bears, but I know you're a Cowboys fan for the most part. But my Bears are coming in there. Barroom Network, all Bears fans. Justin Fields has not looked the best, Sean. Let's be honest. But
why don't they let this guy throw the ball? What are you doing?
I don't know.
What are you doing? You think what is this 1950 Bear football? Are you going to win like 5-0? Let's pin them deep and get a safety and kick a field goal. Like
they were wearing their 1936 jerseys last week too.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Chicago? And I kind of want to take the Bears because I first of all, it's like you want to take the Giants because Daniel Jones is obviously a little better, and you got Barkley, you got a little better offense there.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, it's like, can the Bears score? And then you think about that Giant defense, which is not that great. Like maybe they somehow break something for like a 57-yarder. Like how's this total 42? Is it going to be Daniel Jones fumbling all over the place? Like, I mean, he had the one turnover at the last play of the game, which was a good outing for him. I don't understand. Where's the 42 coming from? Or is it just going to be a fumbleitis and the Bears going 3 and out? And the Bears going 3 and out every series, and the Giants going to fumble 9 times to get this game to go over.
You got to take the under. There's not going to be a ton of scoring.
I mean, I know the Bears fans want something here. Listen, it's got to be under. I mean,
under.
I kind of want to take the Bears because I think people are going to bet the Giants like, oh, the Bears are terrible.
Yeah.
Can he stop Barkley? That's the question.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll have to buckle down on Saquon. But yeah, I mean, it'll be a close game. I'd rather have 3 points than
Yeah.
-3. So, but yeah, give me the points, and I'll
And
take the under in
listen,
that
Bears fans, you're going to suffer enough. You don't got to bet this game. You're
one.
there. You're going to watch it on TV with your own eyes and be yelling at people and all upset. You don't got to. You don't got to get into it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Torian
they're missing
says
one.
good, bigger point. They're missing some guys in the wide receiver. They don't got
Yeah. Oh, who got hurt? Right, the
yeah,
non-contact.
Sterling Shepard out for the
What's
season.
he been? I mean, Daniel. He hasn't done nothing since he's been there.
Right.
Tony's the rookie with a first year, second
Kenny
year kid.
Galladay is there. He hasn't done anything.
The guy
He'll
doesn't
probably get traded.
Yeah, they forget he's on the team. I
Yep.
mean, it's gonna be the Barkley show.
Give me the Bears that are upset.
Really? I was all over the Bears week 1, although I did have the Texans last week +3. I'm like,
I had the Cowboys last week, man, big time.
I had doubts too.
Lawrence.
Again, the opening line was 4.5. I'll take 4. I don't, Giants by a field goal. I could see it, but that team is 2 run first teams. How are you gonna? Nobody's blowing somebody out in that kind of matchup.
Yeah, Cooper Rush has played well. The two Parsons and Lawrence too much for the Giants offensive line.
Not too much for any offensive line, man. Parsons is a beast, and Lawrence, if he's healthy, that's the thing. He's always out with some kind of foot or toe, something. I mean, that guy is an animal inside, man. He just he's
Give
really
me the
good.
Cowboys against the Commanders.
Yeah, the Redskins.
Commanders.
I do too. Yeah, like I mean, that defense is terrible for Washington, and again, who's stopping that guy?
Yeah.
And you got Wentz back there. Come on, that guy's talk about statue quarterbacks. He's got nothing.
Commanders and Seahawks probably be fighting for that number 1 overall pick end of the season. But
speaking of Seattle, grab them for next week. They're playing at New Orleans +6, 6.5, and the Saints again. Saints and Vikings play tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. And no bye week after. No bye week. The Vikings come home and play the Bears, I think.
Jet lagged. Yeah.
Right? They play the Bears, I think, next week.
They do.
Bears are 6 points. I'll take the Bears at +6.
Yep.
I'm going to take those two, just blindly bet them off of a team coming from London with no bye week. That is insane. What is that about? Forget about the concussion. How does that happen? How do you?
They should have a bye week after that.
They used to have the bye week before.
Yeah. All right.
Player safety, folks.
We got the Bills and Ravens, man. Ravens getting +3 at home, over under 51. I still think the Bills are the better team. I don't know. I don't know what to make of the Ravens this year. I mean, I
know they have no defense.
The defense is not good as it has been in the past. Give me the Bills -3.
I'm with you. That I know the Bills are missing. It's gonna be like, well, they're missing a safety.
It doesn't matter.
It's fine because I mean, as good as Lamar is, I think Josh is a little better just because of who he's got around him.
Oh yeah.
You know, so.
They're going to be anxious to get on the field.
Probably an over, too. Probably an over.
Get on the field after the loss to the Dolphins. Probably should have won that game, but
yeah.
All right, we got the Patriots and Packers, and man, this game jumped pretty fast when Mac Jones was announced out. Brian Hoyer, man, he's a capable backup. We haven't seen him play in years, but he used to be on the Bears too. I don't know, man. I think he can do stuff, but I like the Packers, man. It's going to be tough for Hoyer.
So this opened at 6. I got down at 6 because I'm like, all right, this is one of those spots where at 6.5, I might have been like, they're trying to entice you with the Packers there. Yeah, but it's still I think the Belichick still people, honor the Belichick. He's Belichick, and they find a way to keep it because the defense isn't terrible for them.
No, defense is very good.
But now we're talking basically 10 points. And Rodgers is still kind of feeling out his wide receivers, right? They scored last week. They were up early on Tampa. Was it 14-0 early or something? For whatever they were, up fast, and then nothing. So here at home against a tough defense, do I want to lay 10? Probably not. Probably an underplay here because the Packer defense, I think, is for real. Now you just need Rodgers and his wide receivers to kind of click a little bit, but you have a better running back. I think you have a better offensive line, even though they're usually always banged up. And you got to back up. This is just one. It just screams 17-11. Like it's going to be 17-3, and then here comes the back door. It's going to be whatever it is. I kind of like the under here a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And you say at 39.5. This is like 1990, early 90s football with these totals now.
It's
scoring down. How is scoring so far down when anytime you touch a quarterback you get close to him, you hit him by accident. It's a roughing the passer. You hit his head. It's personal fouls.
Yeah.
You chuck the ball down the field, it's pass interference, spot of the foul, penalties. I mean,
And
yet scoring is down all over the place.
That
And the
hit
league is
on
all passing now. It's all passing.
it's
Everybody
all
throws for
passing.
4,000
Yep,
yards.
except unless you're the Bears.
Yes, Bears are bringing back old school football.
The hit on Tua by the Bengals guy, that was like a WWE body slam right
Yeah,
on
he
his
just
head.
whipped them around.
That should have been unnecessary roughness. I don't think
See, I don't think so, because when your quarterback weighs like 205 and you're bringing in 290, these linemen are strong, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, you see some of these wide receivers get chucked all over the place and picked up and slammed to the ground. Like, he didn't pick him up. I mean, I'm not talking.
He like rolled him and pile drived him.
Hey, you whip somebody to the ground. That shouldn't be a penalty. It's not my fault you weigh 205 and I'm bench regular. You know what I'm saying? Like, these linemen are, you know.
And you know that hit would have given any quarterback a concussion. Yeah. And that hit was savage.
Dude, that hit. I mean, come on. But
so you're going to take the Patriots and the points?
This might be a middle spot for me here, because I got the good 6, which I think the Packers should go. But again, now we're talking basically 10 points, and let's be honest, the Packers haven't really shown up offensively, even against the Bears. I mean, they got a lucky cover there by the refs. I think I was happy. I had the -10, and apparently they couldn't tell the glove from the ball from the white line or whatever. But
right, yeah, probably should have been. Yeah,
I'm more happy with the defense of Green Bay than I am with the way the offense has been rolling. I mean, and you think it'd be a little better. You got a running back that should be able to break open the secondary, but again, you're still working in, wide receivers. It's the 3rd time you're with them, right? So game 4. This happens. You don't play in preseason. You're going to look bad. You're going to look bad. It's going to take your time to get.
Me if the Patriots come in with the back door, keep it a little closer than.
It's definitely good. It's wide open. Hoyer's just a professional kind of guy. And honestly, when Teddy Bridgewater came in, I'm like, well, there goes my Bengal cover. Like, there's no way they're winning now because here comes the backup. And same thing here. If we get a backup, who's that? Zappy's there? Is Zappy the backup there?
For
Patriots? Who's Zappy on?
Brian Hoyer.
Yeah, but who's his backup?
Oh, I don't know. Great question.
I thought it was
that
Zappy.
Guy? They got somebody now.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I'm pretty sure that's who it is. But
we're about 4 minutes out from Sean freezing from StreamYard at 10.
Oh my goodness, it's coming. I didn't freeze yesterday.
Okay, good.
Miraculously.
Yeah. We got to catch Sean winning free picks at 11 on his channel on YouTube. So head right over there.
Yes.
And check out Sean.
It's Zappy. Bailey Zappy's the kid. And he put up like monster numbers in college at Western Kentucky. But he comes in, all bets are off when that comment. I see that, and it's a kid running around like this chicken with his head cut off and chucking the ball and broken pockets and broken coverages. So,
I can't wait to watch the games today. I'll tell you.
That might be, and I don't know, always say like jump into live betting, but that might be a spot. If Hoyer looks that bad, you want to jump on plus 235 live, and they bring in this rookie kid who just flings it all over the place.
There you go, backdoor cover. All right, I got last game for the NFL. We'll give out some free plays and let Sean get to his show. We got the Chiefs and Buccaneers. Chiefs getting a point down in Tampa. I got nothing on this really.
Yeah,
I lean Chiefs, but can't take Brady away.
I didn't bet this game. Even when open, I'm like, oh boy, it's like you want to go around to take Kansas City, but I think something tells me Tampa wins this one.
Yeah, me too. The only play for me would be the under. I just don't. Look at the last few games Tampa's played. They had it was 14-12 versus the Packers.
Yeah,
he's got nobody to throw to.
Well, you got. I guess
Evans will be back, right?
Yeah, Evan's supposed to be back there. The offensive line is what it is. It's still banged up. And Chiefs play a little defense. It's not all Flash and Kelsey and Hill anymore. So it's not. Listen, they're still explosive. I'm not saying that, but. St. Brown and Swift are both out for the Lions. Again, that line was 6. They should have been favored by, let's be honest. How are the Lions favored? Anybody wants to jump on them, they could score offensively. The defense is still terrible.
I took this game last week before St. Brown and Swift were out, so I'm stuck with the bad numbers, Sean.
Oh, my goodness. I can't do it.
The look-ahead line,
I can't. The Lions, sheesh.
What can you do? I gotta try and
in game that guy and get it back. That's all you can do sometimes to get a bad number.
Yep. All right. What do you say we give away a free play? We've got a couple free plays, and Aldo's got some new things for us. He's got some new ones for us. So here we go. All right, we got. Let's go with Sean's first, and how about a little bit on this game, Sean? You and I are both on South Alabama.
Yeah, these guys, this is one of those games where, first of all, ULL is terrible, right?
Yep.
Their coach Napier's down in Florida. They have not looked good at all.
Nope.
Losing on the road, at home, double digit fave, losing outright. They just like two teams going in the wrong
To
directions.
one of the worst teams in the
Yeah.
FBS.
Well, I mean, maybe UL's probably right up there now with them. And
Yeah.
South Alabama, what's there to say? They're, again, two teams, one going up, one going down. And obviously, people agree with it because it opened, I'll tell you what, at 5.5. And now we're sitting at, it shot up to 9, 8.5, 9 outside, and sitting around 8. Again, you don't want to lay 9 or 10. It's tough to lay. It's on the road. But yeah, give me the Jaguars here. It's just, what have you seen at ULL? They just looked overmatched.
Nothing.
The coach is gone. It's not the same team.
Yep. Got Anthony, who is sick and just survived the hurricane. His free plays: Cincinnati -6.5 first half versus Tulsa. Full disclosure, I'm on Tulsa in this game.
I'm on Tulsa too.
But Anthony like Cincinnati. He sees something. So first
Tulsa's
half
covered 9
Tulsa.
to 10 in this series.
So my thing is like the Cincinnati people still think Cincinnati's defense is the same defense as last year, which was a lot better. But it's not as good this year. Tulsa, man, they can sling the ball. They can put up points. They're at home. Give me 10 points, but I could see maybe they come out flat in the first half. My free play I love. You and I talked about this before the show.
Yeah.
Kent State -11.5 versus Ohio. Look at Sean pointed out to me, and I totally agree, how the teams that Kent State played 3 top 25 teams and hung pretty well with all of them. Ohio has played nobody, and they score 10 points on the road. Man, this game could be 52-10, but I'll take 11 -11.5 and be happy with 30-10 or whatever. I know it's Maction or whatever it is, but I don't see Ohio scoring that much, maybe 20 points. And then let's see, we have Tooch's free prop bet. That's Breece Hall over 61.5 total yards. This kid has hit this. They're getting him more involved. He's hit it the past 2 games or 3 games, I think. So I like Breece Hall getting more involved, over 61.5 total yards. And before we get out of here, I want to sign up for VIP with Sean at winningfreepicks.com. Get signed up, get the sports wagering advice you want. And Sean, thanks.
I got a good one. So if I'm going to do right after this on Midday Money,
yeah,
$31.20 for a week of plays.
Man, nice.
So and that's right off the bat. You got 25 NFL and college football. So you're talking, if you like to bet a lot of games, if you like action, you're going to have action. Whether you want to bet them all or not, you're going to have games every day. So
yep. Yeah, and you and I both, we got a lot of games on our card today. I want to thank you again too. And coming up right after this show is Jordan Silvera with Bare Necessities. Actually, I'm probably running into his a little bit.
You're going to start singing for them?
Yeah. But Sean, we'll see you next week. And hopefully Anthony will be back with us. And thanks again to all the Barflies for show tonight. Sean, good luck. I'll see you in your show in a few minutes.
All right. Thanks for having me. Take it easy, everybody.
All right.